Okay, all right, well, I was gonna do another video, so, just, doing that, and, it's just helping to get some further, kind of in touchness or something with, telling what's going on with me. I do hear in my mind, my soulmates say, this, something helpful to them. Me, I personally can say I like to have more contact with, or I, as an appreciation I have when my soulmates are able to do things where they can be more apparent to me about what's supposed to be, they could have something to, I don't really like some stuff about what's supposed to be their life here. Like, I don't like that they're supposed to be with the, spouse, the stage spouse here in Land and stuff like this. But I like to be able to, see some expression of something from them and stuff like this. The video is something where I'm telling about stuff happening with me. So it was just drop this now. Just saying some stuff about some stuff on the thing there. I'm not really going to go into that. But yeah, I could tell that, but I'm just gonna skip over it, probably making it type. Um, just having a hard time still with trying to be able to get ready to try to leave here. It is something very, I guess it's kind of a weird situation, and then something messing with my thoughts too as I'm trying to think about it. It's trying to like lock up my thoughts and just block off stuff as I'm saying something, as I can feel around trying to explain something of the situation with how what it is that I'm facing, where I have to leave someplace where I am staying with my sister. Not some stuff that's not going well when I'm staying with her. The devil tormented me very bad. I get upset, and like I am allowed, like just saying some stuff like to it, like you are crazy. It obsesses with pressing this stuff of here that is, stuff here that's apparent as stuff just in the air, and it is stuff that is actually stuff that is like enacted or put into fruition of some hierarchy, some to have, some not, stuff like that. Some people are supposed to be less than, and things like this little caricature of these loser figures are supposed to be something very real here, and this way of things of what is this, you could say, this society. I do think it probably is a little bit of edge off and not so harsh and so just hurtful, and just this like spike of just how harsh it can be, where there's supposed to be these people that are losers and less than, and they're of course not doing okay because they're this or that. They're not doing okay, meaning they're not having stuff going well for them, like a nice place to live, or people to, you could say, that are their supporters or friends or whatever. It's very bad. There are people in my life right now that are apparent to me of who would fit into this. So I could say, like, the people that don't really do well. My older sister has not ever done well here. And what it amounts to is the person's not ever able to have been really themselves or be whatever they are, as whatever they are from wherever whence they came, or wherever there's some thing the person is supposed to be from a source other than this society as a maker of man. The person's not able to be what they are is not something that is to be not okay. The person is poor and stuff like this and struggling, to try to make it through, have a place to live and stuff like this. My older sister, I don't know how she would frame it. She's she's kind of weird about how she has to take the stuff, the devil manipulating people's kinds of take on things and their expression and how they occur to be and stuff like this. The person is it supposed to be really is it supposed to occur as upset about it and stuff like this. It's very bizarre. It's very weird. But I have some other, kind of experience of the person and she's not so bad in person either. It seems like it suggests she would be for me to say what I just said. This can be disturbing that the person isn't upset. It's not because they're, the devil saying it's because of Uncle Tom. That's not why. I don't really think of her so as this. He isn't not trying to say people are that here as to be who is a part of the stuff here, and they're supposed to be who thinks that they are. He says that because it starts to be something more of an issue because someone is complaining about it. Me, and he's like saying something, he's doing something, I guess, now to trying to say what the people are to be a part of the stuff and be not doing okay. It's supposed to be who thinks that they are, who should be this, not doing okay. He's crazy. It's never to have been this here. I can say this quite easily. It's supposed to just be unfortunate. Some people are not doing as well as others and stuff like this. That's not what they choose. He's saying this now to me in my mind and stuff like, he says this, at points in my mind and stuff like this. The devil says it. But the person, it's not really disturbing because the person will be Uncle Tom. It's just disturbing because it's just like, this doesn't make sense. It's irritating. That's good, but she's not extremely irritating. But generally, it can be irritating that it's not, you're not able to have a real experience with a person. I can tell you it's not something that doesn't make sense. You're not able to get all the ends together to meet that this is really what someone would be saying, like acting like in relation to this. It's very weird the devil is doing it. It's a false reality, and nobody would really act like this. They would be very upset about it and stuff like this. He said, my hand's supposed to be dirty because something fell on the floor, and I picked it up, and the floor can be be taken as something not so clean. I didn't, there's not, been a lot of vacuuming there and stuff like this. I might, he's saying something supposed to be something on the floor. I might, sometimes something in my nose. I try to get it out, so I don't do that. It is kind of gross, but I know it's gross here, and then that thing kind of harping on the stuff makes it worse. You would do something to not really have so much of a conceptualization of it. I say he's doing it then too. I say probably so. He is, and he's doing it just now. He definitely did it. So I'm trying to help me with some stuff. I think there shouldn't be something hanging out, like hounding your thought and trying to tell you what it is what's supposed to be happening and stuff like this. You could just have your own take on it. Your hand up. I have to actually stop doing that. It's extremely disturbing. It's very bad. But things happening now. Not really going as with ease and stuff like this. It's a hard time for me. It's approaching. I have to leave here, and it's just a cutoff time. I feel like it is something that just doesn't feel okay. They're not really. Yeah, he has to stop doing that. Yeah, the devil pressing this thing that is supposed to be someone upset by that. I feel bothered by that. Someone that's supposed to be affiliated with these apartments that I'm in right now. And it's bothersome that he's doing that. It's so obsessed. The thing is so obsessed that you're supposed to have this kind of perception of the people around that does not really come to fruition, that they are the stuff that he's putting in your mind. He keeps obsessing that, don't you think that they care, or they are upset that stuff is, that you're, not doing okay, that you're upset about that stuff. This is not something that ever comes to fruition, but the thing I'm saying is hounding you in your mind to say, you think this, now that person, they look like this, you're oh God. It's so extremely bad. The thing is so bad. It has this edge right now. Haunting, it is attacking you very bad today. Something did apparently happen where it is something said it has to stop. Something saying about my nose. You can talk about your nose. You can talk about lots of things. Do you want to talk about what you did today? You did something where the people cannot go on. You did something. You said that you sent that message, but you said something about who you were. You couldn't be. You said you couldn't be who was here because you said you weren't doing okay and stuff like that. Do you want to talk about something that happened today? You took off your shoes, but you said you cannot be here. Okay, she's going to try to go forth with leaving here, going to another country. I had said before I was going to be going to another country. It's very far away is Australia. Or there is also New Zealand, which is, in the same kind of part of the world as Australia. But I am turning my attention again to another place I had considered already. I've considered Canada. I've considered, I guess, slight, with some, at least a little bit, Panama. I've considered Brazil. I've considered other places. I considered France some. In my mind they say, in my mind I hear they say, you can come here, you could be okay and have a, free place to live or whatever. That was one thing I was looking for. So a free place to live, because I am not okay to be in this. I don't support this order where you are at the mercy of that stuff to try to survive. I'm not doing okay by it. It is something that is really actually to make it so you are enslaved to the devil, but enslaved to things that are not, your own hand. It is slavery. It is, putting people at the mercy of things they don't have control over, as such as that they're able to do their own, heart, stuff like this and be okay. It's something you're held to. It's not okay. It's something where people, this is not what people can be. Is this, it's something said a lot, is that people cannot be here. It's something that's, to be trying to do. The devil's trying to do this is say, you cannot be, the truth cannot be, but this a lie will be here, as all that is supposed to be the truth, is the devil, is what he's doing here. The devil trying to make it seem confusing. The stuff I'm saying, he's putting it on my mind as I'm saying some of the stuff. I was saying this about the stuff here where you're held to this something else. It's putting some people in my awareness, a little bit disturbing. The thing is very obsessed with white women. The devil, it's trying to say this is what it would be to be the devil, something says looking for to be. It's something where it's superior as, something. He does some stuff playing on what is a woman, does some stuff playing on someone to be wished and someone else not. Some people, something to people that is supposed to be somewhat frivolous and superficial here, as people do care about to be good looking. He's playing this card here and is not supposed to be making people disempowered by that. It's supposed to be something that is really, really so, such a thing to occur to people as something where someone, something wished is to be good looking, but then there's supposed to be something, people are supposed to be less than to have some care or concern about this, and it does play a very big card with this to try to say people are some weird things to be who don't look okay. It does some stuff with aging, weight gain, stuff like this. Some people to be, looking very ugly. It tries to make things with my face so that I look very ugly. I'm supposed to look very ugly, and it hounds me. It does some stuff, tries to make me have eye bags, and it does other stuff. It just obsesses with my face. I was trying to make a dark look under my lip. It just tried to make stuff look bad with my face. Obsessed with my hair at points. It just made this weird little feeling right here, my little area here, my, private, this little pain thing. It's something weird. He's doing something. Trying to attack me. It did something to surface. I don't know, surface this. It's very weird. It's very bad. Okay. I don't think I left anything hanging for the most part. He keeps trying to put in my mind something of some white people. The devil's very obsessed with white people here to be something superior, as something where it's something not okay, where it's something very bad. The thing it's trying to do is trying to say some people are superior to others. It's trying to act like this is the truth, the cold hard truth. It's trying to do that here. Where this, you just can't help it. There's nothing you can do. This is just how it is. It's some people superior to others, and he's trying to play the card with white people. He's trying to put them in my awareness and just trying to put an edge to irritate me. It is something that's somewhat unspoken. It's not supposed to be like it's really racist here. It's not supposed to be something of where it's the cold hard truth that is having some kind of a rule here, as things are occurring as they are, where some people are supposed to have and others not, and some people are supposed to occur as really who know what to do and who are really doing okay and others not. Smart, good looking, healthy, stuff like that. And others are supposed to be not this. Black people are supposed to not really be that. Okay, and so that's very bad. It's supposed to be the cold hard truth. It's supposed to be that there are a lot of things that are not okay. It's something that's offensive, something that is bothersome, but it's supposed to be, just the ugly truth, and you have to face it. But just you just have to accept it. You're not supposed to talk about it because it sounds really bad. You cannot say it out loud, but it's supposed to be stuff that is true here. It's very, very bad. Okay, it's about 15 minutes into the video. The other day I did a video, I guess it was the day before yesterday. I did one day before yesterday. Okay, yesterday I didn't do one. The days just go so crazy so quickly. Okay, and so the other video I did the day before yesterday, I wanted to talk about something I talked about in there again. The devil chasing my thoughts thing it has told me something, and that's not my own idea. Something I was saying. I didn't really have to say this now. Where my thoughts going? I don't really think this. Do I can tell you further what the topic is? I can tell you. But I talked about this in the day before yesterday in the other video, and then the devil made the time run out. It was like 33 minutes into the video. So I'm going to try and talk about this again today, but I can tell you something. The devil was saying that it gave me the thought for something. Something happened where it was like putting onto my mind as I was talking about this topic of the little categorization of the jobs that people are supposed to do to be okay. I was talking about this, and it was like putting onto my mind. I was supposed to have to try to categorize something hard to categorize. It was hard to categorize people in housing, like the people here who are work in the office at the apartments to lease the apartments. He was saying I wouldn't be able to categorize them. It was laying onto my awareness. They're like sales, and so whatever would be sales. But we end up saying that the two categories are really just math, science, technology, and talented few. That's really it. But really, even talented few, there's supposed to be something of what they're doing is hard work and discipline. And so really it's just still math, science, technology. They're supposed to be what it really is what makes this all come to be is the music and stuff. The people, they have to talk about how they are hardworking and then they are disciplined and they are just doing the strategizing to be able to be who is, to be of notice to these movers and shakers that give them the deal and stuff like this. So we said, well, all of it is just math, science, and technology, we said. No, because it's supposed to be when you hear somebody saying this, like, oh, I'm not able to do that. But I'm not sure what to do. I'm not trying to make it into deviling, but that's what it occurs as, is just like lockjaw thing where you just cannot get past this. You cannot possibly be who would be doing this. And so it's just, you just, call it quits yourself because you just can't do this, is what it is. I don't support this stuff to be like this, where some are to be who is really talented and others not. I don't really think that's really what it would be. Everyone should have an opportunity to be whatever they are. It's not up to you to say it's only for people who are really talented, and then it just shouldn't be so that some people are really talented and others not. Don't get me to say that because it's going to sound, it's rude. It's rude. Okay, I'm not saying it. Cold hard truth. No, I'm not sure what to do. Don't say that I said that to anybody. Don't say I said that. And then something is with this, and it probably is something that is a challenge to the devil, and the truth is trying to assert here. Something is with this if somebody really wants something. I say, well, I really wish to, and stuff is cute here because it is ruled by the devil. It is actually really bad here, but so if somebody really wish something here is not really so working out that they're in the proper place and stuff like this, and really the thing to do here is to just try to get out of this and stop this, which is the rule of the devil. But there was something with this, and something with this thing I'm about to say, and it is probably a challenge to the devil. But somebody, they really, really want something. They really want to really want to be a singer or something. Something starts to happen where it's just not. You can't say they can't do that. Something starts to happen that this has something I would say is supposed to occur as something here to someone. You can't say that person can't do it. You can't say they're not talented and stuff like this. Something starts to happen with this. But as I'm talking, the devil trying to press something about some people would be talented. I say, I don't know what to do. I'm not really who would be saying that. You are doing it here to make it occur, and it is something that is hurtful and disappointing and stuff like this. If I ever say a singer is good, doing some guess, but or whatever. But if I ever say a singer is good or somebody is good, I don't know. I probably am saying something like not really what you're saying is some people are talented and some not. I probably would be saying something like, well, this is what is happening here is this person is this. They're this, whatever it really amounts to, we don't know, but they must have something where they're supposed to. I can try to think of some of that stuff. I was just having, just a moment ago, I was looking at this thing that I subscribe to, the Tumblr staff blog on Tumblr, and he shared a post by Taylor Swift, and that person, she's something not okay. He or she's supposed to be the devil, but she's a pretty good singer, and then her songs can be pretty okay. I like that, sign put something, you could sign my name or something like that. The songs, they're pretty good. I'm trying to say, and then if I tell this, she's the one that's okay, but do you want to know why she has some good songs here? It's because she's supposed to say you cannot be here. Okay, but she has some good songs. Beyonce, I said she has some good songs. Some stuff is not okay. She is someone that ends the world. Some of the stuff she's talking about her and Jay-Z or something. I don't want to hear that. And then put the partition, driver put down the partition, please, or something. I don't really like that. I don't really want to hear about people's little, sex or something. Because I don't want to hear that. I don't really, this is gross, this thing where people are supposed to be paired by their race or something. It's gross. It occurs as really gross. Yeah, that's not really what someone really choose. Yeah, but she has some good songs. Something I can tell, like I hear some of the music, oh, this is good, and then it is some stuff that is something of some nature of something that is to express something about someone to be able to be free to say something. It could be taken as inappropriate or something, which this can be a pretty common feature of music, but I don't know. She has some songs that are good. I don't know. I can't really think of that one song I'm trying to think about with the one thing, but something does happen. It's happened where I'm like, oh, that song is pretty okay. At a point I thought she was something like a devil worshiper or something. She is surfaces as something weird because she is supposed to end the world, and she is saying stuff is evil here and stuff like this. She had this one thing where she was surfacing in the picture, supposed to be Baphomet, and something supposed to be Baphomet or something. She has something here, but I thought that about her, and I said, well, I don't know what to do because her music is okay. What is this about? What is this supposed to be communicating to me? Dude, but there's some people that are good here, and I say something about that, but I'm not trying to say that some people are talented and some not. I'm not talking about this phenomena, this nature of things. I'm talking about this stuff here. I'm telling you what it is here. And this person is they're pretty good. She's pretty good. She's have something. She's pretty good. She's something. Others, they're pretty good. There's something. Rick Ross is something. He's pretty good. Drake, he's pretty good. He's pretty notably good. Lil Wayne, he's good. Others, they're good. We can tell that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg are supposed to be something about somebody to be honest and stuff like that. Not sell out. Somebody to have integrity. Very weird. We can tell there's supposed to be something like that, which is a pretty big thing in devil world because the devil does expect people are going to be a sellout and stuff like this to be who's supposed to be doing what is supposed to make sense for someone to do. So, yeah, it's very bad. Jay-Z, he's something, he has some songs. He has a song called something like Lucifer or something, Morning Star or something. He's something. He have another song about race and about still, he might be say still nigger, still nigga. He has a song like this. This is something, Dude, we were saying something about there was a time in the history of Devilland where there was seeming to be more songs that can be like protest songs or social awareness and stuff like this with 911 as a joke and stuff like this. Fight the power. Me, I'm not able to go on. That person cannot do their videos. Okay, someone's supposed to be occurring to be in some affiliation to YouTube saying that. Okay. Okay, let me get on with what I'm saying. The hair is about 2 weeks, not quite fully yet. The devil making it look really worn and just past its time. Just making it look really bad. But the job categories, we just decided to put all of them into 2 categories, which is talented few, and then the math, science, technology, and this little technical, the tech. They have these schools called, something, something tech. But the thing with housing is talking about somebody working in the leasing office, like with the sales and paperwork, like a secretary and sales. We just go ahead and say this is like a technical thing. You working like a machine, you operating like a machine. Now this goes with this file. Now this person, we check, I guess, their credit or something. Credit, something very bad here. Something very bad. I'm affected by this. It's something bad. I'm supposed to not really have things okay with that right now. Just after the end of the world, something's happened, but I don't really feel like it's something okay. Anyway, I said, I don't know what to do with that. I just wish the end of the world. Yeah, but but we just said all of the things are technical. Math, science, technology. You're not supposed to have that, okay? But there's supposed to be something where you don't really go on with that anymore soon. Okay, yeah, thanks. That'd be good. Yeah, and so, but the tech stuff, secretary, this is a very technical thing. You have to operate like a machine. You might have to file some stuff that's a little bit easier, but you might have to do some other stuff it's not really humane or something real creative. It's not really about curiosity. They might pretend some of the research is really about curiosity, but you're not able to really just have your own kind of way. You're supposed to be using some other thing to do the, find the information. You're not supposed to just be basing it off of your own thoughts and ideas and stuff like this. Someone to write a poem, they could discover something, but this is not supposed to be so valuable here. It's something discovered by a poet or an artist. It's supposed to be the discoveries of a scientist and stuff like this. Really, the stuff is the nature of just your own humanity and a person to be the source of the, information is something that is a thing to be as a person. It's a valid entity. It's an actual, source of something. The stuff that has to come from somewhere. People are like an essential point of origin of stuff. The trees, everything else is something to do with that people wish the stuff. They are things that would be theirs. They come with the people. They're not really separable from them. That's bad. They put people in jail that cannot really be with the trees and animals. Other people, the land is theirs. Not really supposed to be taking them away from the stuff. The stuff is theirs. It is here because the people are here. The devil doing a lot of manipulation of the stuff. Here is very bad. Yeah, thanks. I didn't really wish to be that okay. She's something unusual, but she's not able to go on. Yeah, the devil obsessed with my forehead to be really looking wrinkly today. But I have some tough things ahead. It's hard trying to go forth with making the decisions for just finally getting through with getting like some kind of transportation to get to another country, and also trying to reserve a place for me to stay there as I'm getting settled in and trying to be able to have a life someplace else. It's supposed to end the world for me to cross the border, leave this country. I am trying to be a refugee. It is a weird thing. I can tell some things that should help me to be able to be this, and I've had some trouble understanding what is a refugee. It is another thing to be made a point of is that it is the end of the world. It is a time of that can be compared to really, though, a time where the times will change. Stuff is pulled to be something to no longer continue as it is. It can be comparable to the end of slavery or the end of segregation. I'm saying I'm not okay by this way of things here. I'm not what I am in order to be who would have to be a part of this at all. I am something that would say this would be something to discontinue is this way of things here right now. This is really what any person would be, the devil doing heavy manipulation to try to make it so people are not themselves here to be who they would be. Is who would say this is not okay. It is really the rule of the devil, and he's done a number of things with this reality to make it so that it's stuff where people are being something very weird. They're supposed to be something where they are saying that something is okay other than themselves, and they are saying they are less than to the thing. And they are something not to be, and the thing other than them is something to be, called the devil. He's doing that. It's supposed to be what people are doing here. It's very weird. He has a number of things included, like music and stuff like this. People that are musicians, it is something that does suggest that people would be something okay to be things people have some value for, is to be artists or people expressing things that are of interest and are something that is can be soothing, something that can be something meaningful or, something to somebody. People like, things to sound okay, look okay, and stuff like this. So art has some appeal to that. Anything, like a story, the fairy tales about the ugly duckling and things like this, or something that appeals to people, their truth, the things that are true to them, and the things that mean something to them, to be what they are and to try to be, something of the best of, what they are. The best of, just say the best, I don't know. This seems misleading. I said the best, but I said this, but some expression of this for things to, I guess, to be as be the best. I guess I don't know. The devil messing with my thoughts a little bit, so I'm feeling some confusion with that. Probably is a thing is messing with it. I don't know. Just some expression of maybe the reach of their potential is what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm kind of confused now. What I mean by that. They're not supposed to be something less than what they are. They just are what they are. Yeah, I don't know. He may have done that. Maybe he made it so I said that, but I don't know. I'm kind of confused now. I can say something. He did do something weird with what she was saying. Something did happen just now with that figure where this stuff can't go on like this. We don't know, but something is happening where this stuff can't be this. Okay. Yeah, and so be the best. I don't know. I guess they're not really less than. Let me see. I can think about that concept. I don't know. They're not really supposed to be something other than what they are to be something, but the devil doing lots of manipulation here where people are supposed to be saying stuff they would never say and stuff like that. There is something happening where he's not allowed to do that, and it's not something that can really work out, that you can say that people are going to be something other than what they would be. I'm supposed to lose no matter what for what it is doing here. Okay, so it's 32 minutes. I don't know if he's going to do that message again. I am actually making the video onto Tumblr, and so I don't know. But I was talking about that issue again of the different categories of the careers and, things like the IT tech and stuff like the technical schools. There's something technical and the things being very more technical here. I can think about some of the information in the medical arena. I've not really been involved in medicine. At a point I was studying some stuff or looking at a book to try to take a test to be a personal trainer. Not really that I really wish to, but I was working out as someone that wished to not look not okay. I don't wish to look not okay. Yeah. Wish to not look. Yeah, I don't wish to look not okay. And so that was what I was doing, was looking at this textbook and preparing to take a test to get a certification to be a personal trainer. So I was doing this, and then something of that, with that, studying the stuff, the information is something of a medical nature. Some of the information, it was telling me something about the blood and how the blood travels in the body, and something about like what is the different names of the stuff as the blood goes away from the heart and then to the heart or wherever. Something with that information is not something that has some real meaning to a person. So it's just meaningless, and I would just be rote remembering the stuff, like a rote memory of it, meaning it doesn't have any personal meaning to me, and I don't have something I like an interest in this to be able to have a context for the information as such as that it's something to me I would know about. Other than that, it would just be kind of just cold or offhand trying to remember it. It's not something that has a meaning to me, meaning that it's just something that I don't know. It just doesn't make sense, really. I could say this. Away from the heart and to the heart, I don't know, but I just remember I just felt like the information was not really what I wished to have to be dealing with. I can say something more about this kind of information. It is actually stuff that is not true. That stuff is just an object and stuff like this. Stuff would have to, I guess, like I could say, kind of somewhat, they would have more of a story or something more of a meaning. Something about what is the stuff here that's supposed to be the truth. This stuff is very, very objectified and just like supposed to be. The devil keeps pressing this weird sentiment as I'm talking that the stuff I'm saying is supposed to be something that's already written somewhere or something like this, and I'm just saying it as someone that's not talking about stuff that's personally my own idea or something weird. He's pressing weird something with it as I'm talking. He keeps pressing it. It's very irritating. The thing is very bad. But the stuff it is but anything it would be more okay, things that are things that exist are really something more to do with that it's something wished. I would say this is for me to explain what I would think stuff would be to be. It's not so much all about how stuff has to be a certain way and this is just how it is. Other than that, you would think it should be a way that was okay or something that made sense to you. Here it's supposed to be that stuff is explained as stuff that just has to be how it is because that's just how it is or how it was before you ever came along, and this is the truth here. Me, I have to go on someone that knows this is what it's doing here. Though it actually is bad, he's doing it with poverty and stuff like this truth. Here, the devil's doing it. This is just how it is, and now you come along, you would be poor because you're not really very talented and smart and stuff like this, or you're not willing to do some kind of a technical job where you would be a hard worker or something if you don't have the aptitude to be in a more position as someone that's supposed to be really smart, like someone in technology or something. Okay, so it's making some itching. I'm not really doing that can maybe go away, but let me see. The stuff that would be is more something to have some meaning. I don't know. That something we see the face in a mirror, I guess hair, to have hair on your head makes sense. I don't know. There was supposed to be an explanation of how it grows. Something like over a certain number of years and then the hair falls out, but you don't ever, so with this pattern of growth, see the hair actual, supposed to be that the hair all falls out altogether. It's supposed to be different points that grow at different points. Each piece of hair or something is very weird. I read this, I saw this somewhere a long time ago. It's probably not really true either. Yeah, there's some other stuff that's somewhat horrifying of some stuff that's supposed to be that what happened with your hair. Grays, other stuff, balding. But it's not supposed to be so common. A woman would have balding, but some men are supposed to have it. The devil's making it here that it's supposed to be some women as well. Thinning. It's supposed to be more something that would have happened to some men, not all men, with aging. It's very bad, the stuff. Aging is bad, it's supposed to look uglier, I said. Yeah, but stuff like the truth is supposed to be the cold hard truth. It's stuff that you don't really wish. Getting fatter. Supposed to have a lower metabolism as you age. This is not okay. Other things, your skin to not look, things look to not look as nice. Supposed to have to work out and or do some kind of exercise or something to be able to have more optimal functioning. Where? Okay, I think the devil is making a little dead feel to me talking on the video. But some things I am looking at now, just going south of the border. Okay, so everyone would know where that is, right? The devil putting a hard, kind of making it hard for me to say where it is I'm trying to go. But my sight's now set on Mexico. south of the border. Here, it's supposed to be some stuff. I just speak a little bit of Spanish. This is where I'm looking at to go now. I don't know how to really explain all the stuff. The devil is doing some kind of lockjaw with some of my thought right now. But I just say there's something easy for me to go there. It is a place that is warm. I wish to go someplace warm. There are supposed to be some other reasons as well as why it's a good choice for me to go there. I have been there once before. It's the only time I've ever been out of the country. It was for a 5 week trip in like May, I guess, part of June, in the year 2000 or 2000. Okay, but hopefully able to get through this time and things work out okay. This is what I wish. So this good for things to go as wished, and this to be something to be is what people would wish, or what a person would wish. Is something what is to be is this, not having things unwished, not having things hard. It's bad. It's as if a person never existed, because they would be who would make the world and make things to be as they are, as a way that would be how people would have them as the best for them, functioning well, things to be with ease and stuff like this. Do you know what happened? I don't know. Okay, but I'm gonna go now. This 40 minutes, or I guess I could go now. I could try to make a little bit longer of a video. The last video I made, the devil split it. The one that was 33 minutes of the portion of the video he split, it took extremely long for it to load. I don't wish that. I have on this little sweater over my shoulders. Finally wearing a new shirt. But very difficult here in with the rule of the devil. That's not good. Stuff to be done with ease. This is something that would be what people would have. So this is good. Something to do something with ease. This ease supposed to be some ease when you go south of the border. The warm weather is something of ease. Things not being as high expensive as other places. There's something of ease. Something where it's supposed to be something where it's not so much about, people to be superior to someone else. There's something of ease. Other things are supposed to be there. It's not so much. It's something of ease. Their little policy with passports, maybe not this so much as to be specifically what the policy is. You don't need a visa to go there, and it's like that not just for this country, but other people, like travelers from other countries. Didn't need a visa. It's a lot of other countries. There's something of ease. There's something of what would be the nature of things as people would have it. So there's something better for things to be that way, is things to not be so hard and so contrived and so dictated by something other than you. Did the devil putting these people in my awareness is very irritating. But you can just imagine, what is a place like where stuff is not with ease for you? Isn't it a cold place? Is it a place covered in ice? Is it a place where it's just snowing or bad weather? Are you out in the mountains and nobody around? What does this mean when stuff is not with ease? It can mean something, it's something bad. Just imagine that. It's not easy maybe you have to do all of this planning, all of this stuff. There are some people that live in some very cold places, like in, I guess, the Eskimos, where they live in Alaska. I wonder what they would say. If there was something with us, we're not in the mountains, but something happened with the mountains, we're not okay here. But something is happening where that person is telling that, and we do say something of that we have hard and not. We're something weird about what it means for things to be hard. It could mean that your natural environment or your natural habitat or surroundings are not very amenable to you to be okay with ease. But here it is something weird where it's created that things are not easily did or made in a way you can be. So we might be something to say that people that are in Alaska or somewhere cold, Eskimo, something like this. Okay, yeah, that's very interesting. Yes, very interesting to have things to be in a way as if people would choose them to be a certain way, but then they're not so in a way that it is easy. It's about, you could say this comes to your mind, it's supposed to be some stuff that's made as it's supposed to be, well, in order for this to work out and things be as they would, there's to be sacrifice. I would say there's something to be avoided. Is to make things in a way that they are not okay and make things unpleasant. Try to avoid sacrifice. There actually is too much, there is actually an outspoken value within this culture, which is, I guess, to be something to pass away or fall away, which was this culture of this country, the United States. But there was a worship of sacrifice or a value of sacrifice, people to sacrifice things. So supposed to be hard work, sacrifice, no pain, no gain. You know, you have to be willing to work for it. You have to earn your keep, something of sacrifice. They were to have something of this as something to be valuable, and it's very bad. Dieting, other things of sacrifice. This is just too much focus and energy put on things. It's just put on something other than you wish. It's just, how about having things with ease and then, put your energy into something else, something that you wish. Hypothetically, could maybe make want to make some art or I don't know, just put your energies into, I don't know, looking at yourself in the mirror is looking how you wish. I don't know. But you can make something that you would wish, something to enjoy. Maybe you like to, be out in the nature. Maybe you want to go play with a cute animal. I saw this picture of this really cute elephant the other day. The lion, and he's in my awareness. I think the animals are very cute. I like the animals. You put your energy into something that you would wish. I mean, this sounding like it's probably very simplistic, but, if you were going to be who ruled the world, if I ruled the world, there's a song, I would free all my sons, I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls is how the song goes. See, this is if I rule the world. Diamonds and pearls. The devil trying to cut my memory. I think he's doing that. It feels like there's a little restraint on my memory right now. But there's a song, what would you have if you ruled the world? Would you really wish things to be about sacrifice or there to be a value of sacrifice? I think not. Just scrap it, It's not what makes things legitimate or things, real or, substantial. The devil playing this card here, it's extremely weird. It's weird. It's stuff that's really obvious, I guess, but it's not something to really be said. It's something that's just supposed to stand as something he's made to seem really, really the truth here, and it is really apparent. It would seem to be these things that really make something legitimate. Is that it's just like stuff is not really so ideal is what he's done here. There's some people that cannot possibly go on with the videos, but that stuff is not able to be the end of the world. Okay. But what would you have? What would you have if you ruled the world? Stuff to this, this nature of things right here, pretty much is stuff that's already in place, and stuff like this, and you're supposed to just adhere to it. That's not good. It's already made up. You're just here to go along with it or something. It's very weird. Make the most of it. It's weird. It's very weird. But if you ruled the world, how would you have it? I would say people wouldn't really so make sense. They would wish things like poverty or homelessness or disease or cold weather or things unpleasant, aging, death, things to be ugly, things to be gross, germs, things to get dirty, forced labor, having to do all this work, or things having to clean up. It's not really wished. Things very rote, supposed to be very, very knit and grit. Supposed to just be really just stuff so, harsh and just so manual. You're not things to just be self-sustaining. You can say that it's not really so something here for stuff to be self-sustaining. You could say self-sustaining. You could say something of someone to be themselves is something of self-sustenance, where things just work of their own accord, and as they work together, and they are not having to work hard or go against what would just be their own functioning. They're just doing their own functioning, doing their own thing. Something like how here this is not probably exactly true here, but there's a story of how bumblebees work and how trees work and flowers and the things all work in conjunction. Well, the bumblebee, he pollinates the flowers, and by pollinating the flowers, or getting the nectar or something, he'd get it from the flower. I don't know. To make honey, it's actually pollinating the flowers and the other plants, crops, something like this, pollinates the things such that they're able to work optimally. I think it's other plants too, not just flowers. I'm not really so sure, but I think that is what it's supposed to be. Um, this the sun just works as it does here, as it's not, but it's not really exactly how things would be here. But this here, how it works, the sun, it's supposed to be, working on its own, just doing its thing. Actually, I'm gonna have to go and not be anymore because I'm not able to be this. Okay, we don't know if the devil was supposed to be saying that, but it may have been something else that was said. I don't know, but things that work just of their own accord. This means it's not a lot of hard work and sacrifice and things like that. It's supposed to be things that work with ease, things that work out as they work in harmony and do what is their own functioning or their own, operation or whatever, and this just how they work, people, whatever they are, there's some stuff that is something that should be known here, or something that is some level of apparency, I don't know, or apparentness here. I don't know what word that could be, but something that people like to be like art, that people would be artists. Kanye West has said this before. He said to say this. That's something of just their natural kind of occurrence. They're not really okay to be as they are here. It's supposed to be art is not very valuable and stuff like this. And people need to do something other than art to be doing something worthwhile and meaningful. That's supposed to be a contribution to the, order of things that is how things work. And people get what they need to live and stuff like this. Supposed to be something like this here. It's not really true, but that's made up. People would be, or who I would say don't wish to be forced to work. That's something that's not supposed to really be okay here. It's a little bit of a different level of offense from people wanting to be like an artist. It's supposed to be really less than if someone says they don't really wish to be forced to work. It's supposed to be something weird. He might try to get someone to look okay to do it. I don't know. I know this one lady is something he's arranged for to say this, and she's supposed to be not really someone who is inferior or something. I don't know what it's doing with it. But, they would wish, to have things in their own hands. Maybe, probably not that they would so wish to do some work, but to have things not so hard to get. Maybe some things for free, like maybe they would grow some stuff in a garden. They probably would wish a pets. Something. Animals are supposed to be some kind of a helper or support for a person, like a dog or a cat. There's some stuff of what a person would be. It's supposed to be some people that don't like a cat, but there's stuff like I'm just talking about some of the functioning of a person. Some of the things that's not really something to pay homage to, or something to really be catered to, is that a person would be this here. Someone kind of lost my thought. The devil, I think, is doing something with that, where I was trying to head with that. But things that I think I'm talking about maybe something to be more self-sufficient, or things to work without being so contrived and so heavy-handed to make them be a certain way is what they're supposed to be, to have things work out here as with this order here and stuff like this. Okay, things are actually very bad here. I am head toward trying to leave here. I was talking about something a minute ago. I can maybe talk about that and then still eventually would end the video. As I mentioned a moment ago, I was going to end it. But to be a refugee, something I could be someone that does not wish to be considered crazy. I could try to seek this someplace else. I'm not really having that available here. Stuff really going out of whack. It's really crazy here. But I said this at a point. I said that people were not crazy, and I said that this needed to discontinue this practice here of forced hospitalization, and then something happened. I also said this at the point I was saying some things like it was really ruled by the devil. Here I said this, and I said it was not real here as it was. It is something other than what is said, is really what is or I can say I can tell there's something here where the stuff is not really as is said, and then those people's experience, I can tell, or I'm saying from my own experience, something is not really where they're crazy. The stuff they're hearing or something experiencing is something of something real. I would say some of these things. Stuff was not looking real to me. I may not be, or at that point, I may not, uh, but something. I feel the same stuff was pretty far revealed as not really real, but I may not be having so much information on how far it goes that people are not really present in their form. Is something I learned at a point. Some people are supposed to be not real people further than others. It's something, but there is something where some people are supposed to be the devil here. Some people are supposed to be the devil. Some people, others not. The devil is supposed to be saying he's okay and beautiful and stuff like this with the people that are supposed to be the devil here. But around the time of the end of the world, I'm saying some stuff like this is not really real here and stuff like this. And people experiencing this stuff, they hear me, I'm one, where they hear stuff in the mind, stuff like this, is something of something real. And it said here the person is crazy, and then stuff happening where they try to be who is to, I guess, explore this further and further that they're not crazy, maybe not take medicine, stuff, it starts to happen, some stuff starts to happen, the thing called the devil starts to try to make stuff go wrong where that person is supposed to be looking like they're trying to do something too crazy that it looks like it's unsafe. Like I've been in my past done something where I'm doing some very outrageous stuff, but whatever it looks like, that stuff is not really what it is. And I've heard some stories of some stuff going very extreme. The devil is actually doing some of that stuff where the person is actually not present in their form, but they have something outfold for their occurrence here, and the devil going to some extremes with it because it's just not able to. Something is done, something weird where someone pulled their eyes out. Okay, this is very bad. This is very bad. It's doing it. The devil's doing it. I've done some things too weird. Not to pull my eyes out or something like this, but I've done some things that really far out. I tried to. It looks like I'm trying to, okay, well, I'll just tell you something that's a little bit not as good. One thing I'm trying to tell, the devil's putting on there, it's really hard for me to tell it. But I did, I was trying to see someone that could, someone that I was told in my mind that knew who I was. I could knock on their door. I was knocking on the door. I end up bashing in the door. The devil is doing some stuff where the person doesn't know what's happening. The person doesn't know what's happening. The person is saying, well, I don't know what to do. It does help when you find out further what is happening. I don't think, I don't wish this. I'm talking about with other stuff too. Stuff where things could go pretty extreme. I don't really wish that the response is something very harsh and very where the person, you cannot just consider the information or the thing happened. I was running out onto the highway before, I did that before. It looks like I'm sending it saying some stuff to me. The situation the person is in here is very, very, like they're the only person in the world, but there's all these people around. Is really what they experience something like this, where they're experiencing some stuff and they're not able to find anybody else to really be anybody to be who they can talk to or have any. I said something probably did happen then. You're saying that? I would probably try to take advantage of that. Something must have happened with that. That was saying something. One time I was talking to somebody. He brought that up. I don't know. I don't remember what all happened. It was the time with went out on the highways. What happened after that? At some point, it is really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. I don't want to do this, but I don't know what's happening. I know it is something here. It's really bad here, but it's not told what it is. Something is saying some weird stuff about what is gonna happen or what I'm supposed to have to do. I am trying to say no, I'm not going to do that and stuff like this before it happens, and then I eventually go outside. Yeah, it's very bad. It's very bad, but I'm not really so far gone that I'm not able to be something other than crazy. The person's not really crazy. It's something very weird happening. He is trying to arrange for it. You don't really know what's happening. You don't really know what's going on. Stuff is really bad. Other people around are not really having the same experience. They're not able to really have a commonality with you where you can talk about what's happening, as such as that you're telling the truth. And the stuff happening to you is some level of what is your experience. So is the truth as this? And further, I said in 2014 as well, that something they're experiencing, something happening is something that is actually something. They may hear some talking. It's real that they're hearing talking. The person wouldn't be crazy, I said. Something is talking to them. Something may be telling them about stuff. And it is something where this stuff may be misleading. But there is something happening other than on the surface here. I'm saying this. I'm saying there is something happening. I don't know. People are saying I'm crazy when I'm saying people. I was having some experience where, at a point, there's another point, possibly after the incident where I ran out onto the highway. But something is happening where I'm being told, and I am also having some kind of thing where I'm trying to figure stuff out, and it looks like this is what it is here. Okay, well, I'll tell you this. I'm hearing a song in my mind that's saying, Dancing by Myself, that song. It's it's an old song. I don't know the singer's name, but there's a video of this guy. He's singing that, Dancing by Myself, and there's these zombies going after him in the video. But I'm hearing this in my mind, and I feel some other stuff somebody's trying to tell me, and then I also, I guess, have some concern, some worry that I'm the only person here. So this sounds like it's supposed to be crazy, but this is actually what it is I am the only person really here. So, but I said something happening where the people are experiencing something. People are very depressed. Here it's called depression. They're supposed to be having some experience of something, but it's not supposed to be what's really happening. That's what is happening here. I said that's not really it. There's something real that is what is part of their experience, so people wouldn't be crazy here. I said that in 2014. But anyway, I said that, and I said some other things to say that this is not really what is how things should be, is how things are right now, where people are considered crazy to talk about stuff. They shouldn't be considered crazy. They're just talking about some stuff that's their experience, it's information. There's some other parts of the reality that does have some kind of effect that is similar to this, where people are not allowed to, or not so, who are able to say stuff and not be, who will be considered crazy. But people don't really have a say-so here. People that are poor, other things, homeless, they don't really have a say-so. They're really who is acted upon in a way they are, of course, who would not wish the stuff. And this is similar to this. People don't really have a say-so is something that is outplayed with this, where someone is supposed to be crazy for saying certain things. Okay, so anyway, I have this opinion. I have the opinion that it's ruled by the devil here, and I'm not okay as who thinks this here. I'm not able to have real, protection or support to be who thinks this and be okay here. I shouldn't be who is forced to work to survive, but otherwise I said this was not okay as well. I don't think this is how things should be. It means things are very bad for me. I don't know, something like I don't think this is okay. I think this is bad, and I was saying this at a point I remember in 2014, and I'm saying I'm not doing okay here. I said I would be something like endangered here. I said there's some sentiment. I would be endangered because there is no respect for what I think at all. There's no respect as something less than that somebody thinks that people should not be forced to work. So I should be a refugee for that. Can I find someplace else I can go and be okay to be that? It's not so apparent that you can. But I'm going to try to go south of the border. I'm going to try to go to Mexico. There's hypothetically, I could go some other places that are not really so to be places that are having so much structure as to be a place okay here in the world. Possibly some Arab countries and stuff like this. You can go to Mexico. Because we can't go on, this person is saying this here, but we would have to be the end of the world there. Something happened a moment ago and said, there's no way this person is saying this, and I can't end the world. So you can go there, and you can go to that place. You're thinking how to do this to be able to have this. You can get settled and be able to be okay, be someone that's able to stay in the country at something where I don't have to leave after 6 months or something. Okay. And then also be okay because I would not wish to continue with my tie here. Okay, something would happen where you have to no longer go on if you're gonna try to do that. She didn't wish to go on with the tie here because I just wish to go someplace else and not be in this relation to something that is not supposed to be something where I'm okay and stuff like this. This country is really the devil. The United States is, so I don't know. I've had some bad stuff happen here to me too, and with the agency where I do have that is supposed to be facilitator for the little funds, the check that I tried to use to try to survive. So that tends to not be a lot for people to survive with that as well. It tends to be that they don't really have an ease of trying to secure a place to live and stuff like that, those people with the disability check and stuff like this. I don't think people are really crazy. I would wish a different structure of things. I would prefer not that I would be considered disabled or mentally ill. Yeah, I would seek that someplace else. So, but I don't wish to be having to be adhering to be doing some stuff other than is my own like functioning and my own heart and stuff like this. I have a lot of trouble with this. I'm having trouble with this to have to hurry to leave. I do think it is best for me to leave. I do have a wish to leave here, but something is very pulled that there's like a pull or weight that I am supposed to try to pause and I have to kind of go forth. There may be something that is being used in my awareness of the stuff that is not something, but there may be something else where it's not supposed to be that it was like this here. But there is some kind of pull where it is, there's quite some difficulty for me to be making my plans to leave, but it is also, I don't wish that I'm supposed to be who should stay here and this stuff continue. I said there's lots of stuff too. I probably would not be who would still make sense as who would to, hypothetically stay on in this country because I have not really been someone who was so like at home or okay with the little stuff here. I was someone who was saying, okay, one day I would change things and stuff like this. One day I'm going to change things and stuff like this. And then I came to the point where I was and saying how stuff should change and stuff like this and what I had found. And then once I when that time or when that happened, the devil presence was there. But I said stuff, something happened where I started to be attacked by the devil and the stuff around. And homelessness, my sister put me out. I was homeless. Marla, you have to go, and then there is something happening where your video is too long. Not that, but we can't go on, so we would go. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna end this soon, so that's very weird. Someone's supposed to be telling me that. The devil maybe just was planting that. Okay, so 1 hour and 6 minutes. Okay, well, that's quite a long time. Is 1 hour. It is. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to close off here. And, anybody want me to mention anything? We're just done, and so we're just gonna be something else. Okay, that's weird. That's very weird. The devil's doing that. It's doing some weird stuff where I'm supposed to be not supported or something to do the video. I don't know. I'm not okay to do that. I don't know. There's some kind of a bad feeling as I'm doing the video. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't really think people should be so driven by that they just wouldn't be able to coexist with it. People are supposed to be such a, oh God. Someone can see it's supposed to be saying that people don't want you to do the video or something like that. So, I don't feel like I really identify with it. It's such a bad idea to do the video, so that wouldn't be really good for me if they were supposed to be that others felt that. So that would be very bad. Not supposed to really have this where you're coexisting with people that wish you to do something other than you would or something like this. If you have to go, like, until the thing is really losing to be doing that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get off here now. I've done this now, the video. It takes quite some time to load. I don't know actually what time it is right now. Maybe around 12 noon. I don't know. Okay, maybe 11 o'clock in the morning. Eastern time. This is in the southeastern United States. This is Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. That is where the person is. Soon I should be leaving here. So, trying to go to another country. As I said, south of the border is where I'm looking at right now. So, the devil pressing lots of things about what I'm supposed to feel about that. I I don't really have a lot of awareness. Okay, well, I'm a lot of awareness of why those things would be, how I would feel. So I don't really think that. I don't really think that. Okay, I'm gonna sign off now. It's 1 hour and 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes, and so I'm just gonna sign off. Shouldn't be such a big deal. I've done the video. The thing is trying to press. I feel very bad about the stuff, so that's not good. But I do have a bit of a crunch for my time before it's time for me to need to leave. I do need to get some stuff done that's not really done just yet. So this is a bit of a concern. Some of this, I'm not feeling so great about that, but having to address that and get through that and. This will be something of the past at some point, and hopefully things will be okay and things going smooth sailing. Okay, devil pressing some bad images in my mind. That's very bad. I'm gonna sign off here and sayonara. Hasta luego. But this would be the same link. Hasta luego. Yeah. So I'm gonna just go now. All right. Bye bye. Adios. Okay, bye.